Isn't it crazy that insurance companies have like how do I even explain like how insurance companies work? I'm going through this. It's this whole business model built off of oh, you may give us money to do absolutely nothing for the rest of your life. You know, we may never actually be useful to you, but we're here. At least stuff like car insurance and I mean, I guess life insurance will always pay out eventually. That's inevitable. Um, that's another one. Car insurance. I mean, like disaster insurance, like fire, stuff like that. Um, Stuff like health insurance. I mean, everyone uses that eventually, and you need it, honestly, or you would go bankrupt as soon as you have any slight inconvenience to you, really. If you got a little scrape on your knee and went into the doctor, you'd be in debt for the rest of your life, I think. um, but like, I'm going through this insurance thing. Got into a car accident. Um, so they have this thing called total loss, um, which means pretty much if the damage is more than what your car is worth, they give you a payout, right? Um, they give you what they think is a fair deal for the car. Uh, Minus your deductible, too. Um, and then you're left with the money and uh, no car. So that's pretty cool. Uh, but it's never going to be enough for like anything. Um, like, especially for people like me that have a car that just takes you from point A to point B. Um, I mean, I'm probably gonna get like $2,000. Um, and that's not enough for a lot. Might be able to find a used car, but it would be on its last legs for sure. Um, but it's so wild that, first of all, they determine, these insurance companies, they determine if it's a total loss. And not only that, it isn't the insurance companies that determine it. They determine, well, it might be that. So let's send it to a scrapyard that they are partnered with to determine if it is. And let that scrapyard that they are partnered with determine how much to pay you, right? Oh, and the money comes from the insurance, right? Um, it's such a wild system. Um, and then the insurance, you know, they also have all these partner mechanics, which are the mechanics that you can go to get, if it wasn't a total loss, these are the mechanics you go to uh, fix your vehicle. And they determine the price that you pay, right? Um, of course, there are deductibles for insurance. Um, so that's the amount that you pay out of pocket. Um, it is just, I don't know. It just feels like a system kind of built to be corrupt, kind of built to be exploited, maybe in some way, for these insurance companies to get a bunch of money. Uh, I mean, that's just making me think of like the health insurance, the price of healthcare here in America. Um, it's just, it's mind-boggling. Like, there's almost no other country um, where people go bankrupt due to medical bills. That is not a thing that happens almost anywhere else. But it happens here very often, like way too often. Uh, and it's just one of those things where, like, our country is fundamentally broken, right? I mean, we're seeing it more and more, right? With the gap between um, people with billions or now a person with $1 trillion, right? Um, the gap between that and what's available to them and what the average American has, right? Um, it boggles my mind that people would amass that much wealth. Like, not in a way of how did they do that, or like, oh, that's insane that they were able to do that, because it's not. It's sure it's very difficult to do. I'm not discounting that. Um, but the system is built in a way that can fundamentally be broken. Um, and these people exploit those things to make millions and millions and billions of dollars. Um, what boggles my mind is that they keep it all, right? Like, a lot of it goes back into their own businesses, right? Um, and I would suppose not all of them, you know, don't give money back to charity or help out the country in one way or another, right? With their insane amount of money. Um, there's research going on due to mass amounts of wealth that could actually be very useful. There's also research going on that uh, isn't useful. And while maybe on the surface interesting, um, would not help the current problems in our society or make it better in any real conceivable way. Like, I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to think, like, I'm I get the people who would, but you see it all the time, right? CEOs with millions, billions of dollars, these super fancy houses and cars, whatever. How they get there is um, uh, most of the time not a pretty thing, right? A lot of manipulation, a lot of stepping on others' heads, a lot of, like sociopathic or psychopathic behaviors, right? Um, things that a good moral person would not do. A, this is hard to like articulate without uh, I don't even know how to phrase it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The if I think if a good moral person had billions of dollars, which is vastly more than any person would ever need in their entire lifetime to live a more than comfortable life, right? That they would find a way, right? Not blow it all, not just donate it all to charity. Find something sustainable that they can generate money off of and maybe give that money to charity or put that money into repairing communities or helping social problems or health funding government programs. Like, I don't know. It seems insane to me that you would use that money to try to get a higher number in your bank account. Like, I don't know. Keep enough for yourself and to be comfortable and hell, like even to have really nice things, right? I would, like, if I was in that situation personally where I had billions of dollars, I would for sure buy some things that I would really enjoy. That are not necessary, right? They're not necessary for living, you know, just comforts or fun things. I would want a nice house. I don't really know about a nice car. I'm not really a car guy, but I'd get a comfortable car for sure. And you know, get the things I really like and then find a way to help others with it, like with the rest, right? It just feels like it's not even necessarily a problem. It's a problem with the system, right, and how it's built, and these people take advantage of it, right? These people inherently exist. They have existed for a very long time. It's just, you know, we live in a time where they can use laws and loopholes and underhanded tactics to gain a lot of power, right? Not through murder or backstabbing or you know, rape or things like that, although many of them do. I mean, the Epstein Island, that was a whole thing. A lot of billionaires there, a lot of millionaires, a lot of very, very wealthy people going to that place. Yeah. But the point of this little rant is like the problem isn't necessarily the system that they exploit, it's the fact that there are people that exploit it, right? If there weren't people to exploit it, it wouldn't matter, I guess. Although, like, those people exist. It's a whole thing. It's hard. It's a hard thing. How do you stop those people from doing those things? You make a system that can't be exploited in that way, right? Oh. But then, like, what? Like, what do those people? Where does that outlet go for them instead of making a bunch of money? What do they just I think I'm just like thinking about this like way too much, honestly. The point is, like, America wants to say that it's a meritocracy, right? Um, that by your own merit you can get a bunch of money and everything and whatever. Um, it's just the wrong merits that get rewarded, right? It's just the wrong skills that get rewarded at the end of the day, right? It's a system built on being able to stomp on someone weaker than you is what gets you ahead, right? Being able to build on the back of someone weaker than you is what gets you ahead. Which, at the end of the day, I suppose that's what America was built on, right? We came and conquered America from the Native Americans. We came and stole their land and their resources and everything, and that's how America thrived in the way that it did at the end of the day. Industrialization doesn't happen without, at least to the extent that we have, doesn't happen without co-opting resources, right? It doesn't happen without colonization. So, I mean, since our founding, right, it was kind of built on that system. Does that make it okay? I don't really think so. I mean, obviously it's better than, well, what is happening now is better than killing a bunch of people and forcing them off of their own land and isolating them to certain places, saying that we're doing them a favor. I'd say it's better than that now, but it's not dissimilar. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to look at our society and really be like, wow, this is working really well, actually. It's really hard to do that right now. Yeah. Anyway, I think we gotta leave that one there. Where's the focal point of the camera? There? There. Nope. Okay, cool. That was smooth. That was good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. See you in the next one.